Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Allison. If this is your first time here, we are going to live stream the process of making acrylic blank tumblers. As always, I've been having some tech issues the past couple weeks, so let me know in the chat if you can hear me and if I sound like a robot. I hope not, because I'm trying to figure this all out. But today we're going to do acrylic blanks, and we're specifically going to use Crystalac products to decorate them. So again, let me know in the chat if you are here and where you're watching from, and if I sound like a robot or if I sound normal. Let me know. Laura is here from Jacksonville, Florida. Hello, hello. All right, I'm so glad. I sound fine. Yay, yay. All right, that's good news. All right, so let's... West Virginia. Cindy is here from West Virginia. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Yolanda is here. Hello. Okay, yeah, I have it on my phone too, so I'm like trying to... Siobhan is in Trinidad and Tobago. That is amazing. California, Ontario, Canada. Hello, Danny. Hello, Lauren is in Maryland. Pamela is in Texas. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you are all here. I am super excited. I've got like a ton of blanks for us to work on because the process is several steps, but it is like the steps are so fast. So I have to use like a bunch of different blanks to show you each step, but that's good because I have some that I really need to work on. So I'm super excited. And if you are here on the replay, hashtag replay down in the comments. I will try my very best to respond to every single comment that comes across my whole channel. And there will be timestamps, so if you want to fast forward to any parts, you can do that. We've got Michelle in Virginia, Roxana from Colorado, Leslie's in Ontario, Caddy's in West Texas, Myra is in Philly. That's so exciting. Okay, I am in the beautiful state of Illinois, where it was cloudy and rainy and gloomy today. So, and I'm so tired. I'm so tired. My 2-year-old woke up at like 4 o'clock and was crying. Thankfully, she went back to bed, but I did not. So, I'm a little sleepy, but we're going to make it through. So, let me know in the chat if you have done acrylic blanks before. Let me know if you have any, if you've done any, if you are hoping to do some. I'm going to zoom in so you can see these better. So this is an acrylic blank. And all it is basically a piece of plastic that you cut. Not you. The company with the laser cutting machine will cut them in super cute designs. So tonight I'll be working with acrylic blanks from Zindy.com and woodelfcrafting.com. Both are linked in the description, and I'm super excited to show them to you. So they're clear, but they come with like a protective coating. This is just like a brown piece of paper stuck to the blank. Sometimes they're different colors depending on which supplier you get them from, but it's just a brown piece of paper that you can remove. See? So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to work with one side first. Okay, so I'm just looking at your comments. Danny, I will teach you my ways. Hello, Sarah in Tennessee. And Yolanda has done acrylic blanks. Michelle is scared to start. Crystal cannot keep the dust off. That's okay. I'll show you what I do. Maybe. I'll explain it. Melissa wants to give it a try. Roxana had a major fail. Oh, Courtney doesn't enjoy doing them. And It is raining in Tampa, Julia. Yeah, it's raining in the Chicagoland as well. So I haven't done acrylic blanks in a really long time, but this is kind of what got me on the Tumbler path. Whoops. Because I started with, I don't know, I randomly saw something on Facebook of somebody doing these acrylic keychains, and I was like, yeah, I totally want to do that. And then so I was making keychains for several months, and then I saw people making tumblers, and I was like, actually, I'm going to do that. So I haven't done them in a long time, but I love them. And they're fairly easy to do. So once you decide to start with your blank, you're just going to leave the paper on one side, but remove it from the side that you're going to do. And you have so many options. So I'm going to try to explain this and go through this as best I can, but sometimes I even think I don't do a keychain the same way twice. Like, there's so many different, like, pathways to get there. So just know, like, if you're like, oh, why'd you do it that way? I'll be like, I don't know, I just felt like it. Like, so I'll cover all of that, but just know, like, if you want to experiment and do things a little bit differently, by all means. What I like to do is I like to put glitter on one side, get it all smooth, flip it over, put on the vinyl, and do some coats of Brite Tone. That's what I do. You can do so many things. You can put the glitter and then the vinyl, and that's fine. You could actually, like, if you were to mirror your vinyl, you could put your vinyl down, and then you could do your glitter. That's probably the fastest way to do it, but, you know, you kind of just play around and see what you like. So, yeah, somebody said Smiles. I'm not sure. Smiles for you. Tell me what your name is. I order blanks from Zindy, and you, like, all of a sudden you're like, okay, cool, I just spent $100 when I wanted, like, $5 worth of stuff. So before you do any of your blanks, you want to just give it a little light scuff sand with 400 grit sandpaper. Okay, you can see it scuffed up. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there you go, see? Kinda. But it's not, you can barely see it. But I have had issues that I have had a few blanks where I didn't sand them and it peeled up. So you have to sand. And then I just wipe it clean. This is just like a little lint-free little wipe. And yeah. So once you sand it, you can add your glitter. And then you have options with adding glitter as well. I personally like to use Brite Tone to add my glitter on these. And I'll tell you why. The glitter glue is fine. If you like it, do it. But, one, I think it's harder to get it to be level. So, like, and if you guys are using these things on your tumblers, the process is essentially the same, right? We sand, and then we're going to add our glitter. You can use your glitter glue, but it's hard to get it nice and smooth, and it's, a lot messier. So, like, you'll get, like, more glue on the sides, and then you have to, like, shave it with your X-Acto knife, and it's a little bit more messy. Even though it dries a little bit faster, I think it's messy. So I always use Brite Tone to apply my glitter. And again, the process is like the same as if you were doing a tumbler. So I'm going to put some glitter. I'm going to glitter a couple of these. This is like a sun, right? This is a sun. It kind of reminds me of Rapunzel, Tangled. Sorry, I have young kids. That's what it reminds me of. Okay, so when you do this, you need like, I had my cap off for a while. Oh no, I got it stuck. You just need a little bit. So you see this little drop right there? I'm going to take my finger and just spread it to the edges. I'm gonna put just a teeny tiny bit more on there. Okay. And just spread it all around. And then you're going to, sorry, I'm just going to grab a baby wipe for my finger. And then you are going to add your glitter. Hello, hello. Get it smooth with glitter glue. It depends, yeah. And Yolanda, yeah, Tangled, it's so cute. Okay, so I am just going to sprinkle this on. This is just a black glitter. I'm going to do a black glitter, and then on the other side, I'm going to put like a gold vinyl, I think. I have no idea what I'm doing with this yet. I have a lot of blanks that aren't really serving any real purpose. So then, here's what it looks like. Okay, let's try to get this in focus. Doesn't want to. Okay, so then I just kind of shake it a little bit, and I'm going to let this dry for 4 hours. Get good coverage with Brite Tone, I think. And we can talk about, and I'm just going to set it aside and let it dry for 4 hours. If you choose to use glitter glue, it just dries for 2 hours. So let me clean this up. So any questions about the glitter prep or glitter process? I mean, it's super easy. You like take 2 seconds to give it a scuff sand. And yeah, it is, okay, so Nikki ordered Brite Tone last week, didn't notice how liquidy it is. It's very thin. It has a very thin consistency. It's different than like a lot of things that you've probably dealt with, especially if you know, used to use epoxy or something like that. But you will get used to it and it works really well. Okay, so, oh, you know what? I forgot my foam brush. I'll be right back. Okay. So, when I do a second coat of glitter, do you need a second coat of glitter? Maybe. So, here's kind of what I do to figure out if I need a second coat. If you're going to be putting a lot of vinyl on the other side, then you might not need it. But the problem with these is that it's going to be hard for you to see, but they are transparent, right? The actual acrylic is transparent. So if you like hold this up to the light, you can kind of see like if your glitter gets good coverage or not. Now, if you are using a lot of vinyl on the other side, it's usually not noticeable. Because it like blocks the light, you know what I mean? But if you're not doing that much glitter or you're not doing that much vinyl, like I'm not going to put a lot of vinyl on this. This is just little mountains. And I'm going to put like adventure or something. So I'm going to put a second coat on this. Pretty much anytime I use a white glitter, I need a second coat. Yeah, it's just hard to get full coverage with the white because the transparent behind it just makes it look like it's completely see-through. So it's obviously like up to you, and you'll figure it out. It's not like you'll know. So once you apply it and you let it dry, I like to tap off any excess glitter that I have. And just like if I were doing a tumbler, I like to use my glitter glue to apply the second coat. So I will apply Brite Tone, Yolanda. Yes, I apply Brite Tone when it is dry, and I will show you what that looks like in a few minutes. the Southern Girl Crafts and Accessories placed her first order. Welcome, welcome to the Crystalac fam. And Cindy, I have used the transparent glitter vinyl, if that's what you're talking about. I like it a lot, actually. It works really well for blanks, too. Applying black gloss and then Brite Tone. Do you sand? Yes, always sand first. Okay, so to add my second coat of glitter, I'm just going to put on a little bit of the glitter glue, and I'm going to take a foam brush and tap it out. I would not I wouldn't rub it. At least the foam brushes that I have always are just crappy, and then you get black fuzzes on your stuff, and you don't want that. So I'm just going to tap this out to get a nice, smooth coat of the glitter glue. You could also use Brite Tone here. You could just like do with your finger a layer of Brite Tone and add your second coat that way. Like, if you don't have the glitter glue and you're still rocking the E6000 pump spray, you can use that. And so once I get this fully covered in glitter glue, I'm just going to take my white, which is Emily's Pearl. Emily's Pearl from Glitzy Creations. 100 out of 10 recommend. And then you can use code Alison10 for 10% off there. She's got amazing glitter, but this white is my favorite. So then I'm just going to sprinkle on my second coat of glitter. I always put on like more than I need, because what I like to do is take my finger and just tap it down. I don't know how much this does, but I feel like it helps get it flat. And then you can kind of tap off some, and there you have it. So this one, since I used glitter glue to apply this second coat, it only needs to dry for 2 hours. And then you can, I usually seal it again with glitter glue, let that dry, and I will like flatten it again, just like a tumbler, and then start my coats of Brite Tone. And I will show you a few coats of Brite Tone in a few minutes. Let me clean this up. Get it out of the way. Misty, white glitter can be tricky. I do recommend this from Glitzy Creations. It is pretty, and it's very pretty, and it looks good under Brite Tone. Quita, who makes the glitter, who owns Glitzy Creations, she uses Crystalac, so, you know. Here is one that, so I was going to do a second coat. I think I'm going to do a second coat, just to show you. So, this is actually 3 different glitters, but I don't know. They all kind of looks like 2. Okay, so these are keychains. These are keychains. These do have little holes in them. If you want to make it a keychain, you can, but you can use these for a lot of things. Like you can use them for ornaments, or you can use them for, like, I make them for my kids, and they're on their backpacks. So they're like keychains, but you can get like clips to put it on. Like I use it for a backpack tag. which I think is super cute, depending on how old your children are. I mean, mine are 2 and 3.5, so they don't care what I do with their stuff. Okay, so just like before, Janet, yes, I need to put this in water, but I don't have any. So that's going to just probably be a goner. So for this one, I am going to do 3 different glitters. And I'm just going to do like this top portion. With this one is called Biscotti. If you guys saw my live from last week, was it last week, where I used these colors last week to make, I made like a very, very fallish tumbler. These are from Glitter Heart Company. This one is called Chestnut. And then this last one is called Rusty. Rusty and Chestnut look very similar next to each other. Yes, Sarah, you're right. Magnets, pins, hair clips, badge reels, like literally you can use them for so many things. Okay, so then again, this one will dry for 2 hours, and then you can put more glitter glue on top. The reason that I say to do... Okay, let me back up. I will seal these with glitter glue just like I would a tumbler, and I will take my finger and some parchment paper and flatten it down. The reason that I do that is that it helps the glitter get super flat, and you're going to use less coats of Brite Tone in the end. You do not have to seal and flatten your acrylic blanks, but it can help cut down on the process, because while each step that you take to make these blanks takes like literally 2 seconds, right? I've just done all of that like very quickly. You're gonna have to do several coats, so just any way you can kind of cut down on the number of coats of Brite Tone can help. Okay, wait. Somebody said I sublimate on my blanks and then add a white glitter with Brite Tone. Hey, Megan, do you have to do anything special to your blanks, or like these blanks from Zindy/Wood Elf Crafting? Can I sublimate on them? Because I just got a sublimation printer, y'all. Who's excited? I'm going to do a video of me setting it up too. So just so you know. Okay, so that's how you glitter it. Let me read this. Oh, Misty, you can use Mod Podge. Absolutely, you can use Mod Podge. Just let it dry extra long. The only thing about the Mod Podge, so when I first started these, that's how I would apply. It's messy like the glitter glue. It's hard. It gets on the edges. Like, it gets on the edges, and then it's annoying. So I still recommend using Brite Tone over Mod Podge 1,000 times. But you should test it out and see what works best for you. Sarah is in the house from Wood Elf Crafting. If you guys have any questions, I bet she would answer them. I'm gonna do, I don't know what I'm gonna do yet right now. Okay, let's do this one. Let's glitter one more. This one's cute. This is a little cactus. Okay. I can sublimate on all acrylic. Oh my lordy, that is such good news. I like the Brite Tone for the first layer. Yeah. It's kind of like, you know. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to do a mix of chunky and fine. And I'm going to show you how I do this. And it's kind of like if you do a tumbler. So let me sand it first. I almost forgot. All right, Julia wants to learn sublimation, which is cool. I'm glad to hear that because I do plan on doing a couple videos. I'm going to do one for sure setting up my printer, and then I'm just going to do like a test. I did buy some tumblers, but I will absolutely share the process with you and what I learn. So, okay. Again, remember, I'm glittering on the back, and then I'm going to put vinyl on the other side eventually. So, something I forgot to mention, when you buy your blanks, like, they come with SVG files. So, I cut out this design with my silhouette, and I'll show you. I'm going to put it on this blank. Okay, so this is like the direction it's supposed to go. Like the bow is like on the top right. So I flipped it over, took off the brown sheet, and now I just sanded it. So then I'm going to use Brite Tone to apply my glitter. So hold on. Cindy wants to know if you can use E6000. You can. I don't personally like it. But if that's what you like, by all means, go ahead. The E6000 takes a couple hours to dry. The bottle itself says 1 to 5 hours. So like I always give it 3 hours to dry. Although I don't use it much anymore. Okay, so again, I'm just using Crystalac Brite Tone to apply my glitter. You do not need much. And I know, just in case you hopped on late, I'm using Brite Tone. You can use glitter glue. You can use Mod Podge. You can use a lot of things. But I find that Brite Tone, 1, gives you the best coverage, and 2, is the least messy. I'm going to start with this chunky glitter. This is Chunky Emerald from Painted Valley Designs. And I'm sorry, I'm just reading some comments. Our printer's expensive. I bought an Epson Eco Tank, so it was more reasonable than getting like an actual sublimation printer. And I thought I would do that just to make sure I liked it before I spent, you know, $600 on it. Okay, so I'm just going to sprinkle this chunky onto my blank. And this is kind of like the same process that I would use for a tumbler. Okay, so I've got chunky glitter, not nearly full coverage at all, just enough to kind of show that you have chunky pieces. And now I'm going to take this fine glitter and go over the top. And I'll show you kind of what it looks like in a blank that I'm about to do. Okay, so then I'm just going to take my finger, tap it down, and then on this side, it looks, you can kind of see it. Let me see. It's super shiny, but you can see the chunky flakes enough to like kind of give that like, oh yeah, that's cool chunky glitter, but get better full coverage with the fine in between. Okay, and then I do, especially with chunky, like to just kind of take my finger and clean up the edge. You don't have to do anything. Okay, Megan is, yes. Okay, so I can sublimate my blanks, which I'm going to do, absolutely. I am using blanks today from both Zindy.com and woodelfcrafting.com. Both are linked in the description of the video. Oh, geez. Okay. The ones I've done so far are from Zindy. I just got glitter literally all over myself. Okay. I am going to actually just pour this in with my chunky, because this is a chunky mix. that is matching. Okay. Yeah, I think I just bought the Eco Tank, the 2760 or something. I'll double check the numbers, and I got it from Costco, and it was like 260 all said and done. Okay. Oh man, literally just covered in glitter. Okay. So, I'm going to start moving on to vinyl. So, this side, I glittered it, I sealed it, and then I did several coats of Brite Tone. Just like a tumbler, you're going to sand every 3 coats, and then you're just going to keep going till you have a smooth and shiny finish. Okay? So then you can take off the other side, because this is the side I'm going to put the vinyl on. I actually did a chunky glitter. Let me see if I can get this to focus. A chunky glitter through the middle of this one, and then I did 2 coats of the pink and purple. So, yeah. This is what it looks like. There's nothing on this side. The glitter's on the other side of the acrylic. So then I'm going to add my vinyl. And I will say you want to wait, like, I usually wait a day before I turn them over, because I want it to be hard enough where it's not going to get, like, messed up. Okay. Are you using a convection oven for sublimation? Yes, I am going to use a convection oven. But you could also use a mug press if you have one. Some heat presses have, like, attachments you can use with a mug press, like a mug attachment. Mine does not, so I just went with the convection oven. Julia asks, have you ever thought about doing a video on the business side of crafting? I absolutely have, and I have a couple planned moving forward in the next couple weeks. But Julia, if there's specific business kind of questions and videos you want to see, please message me on Instagram so I can make sure I'm making what you want to see. This heart is from Wood Elf Crafting along with the mini. So this is for my friend who had a baby several months ago, and I'm very late on this, but here we are. I'm sorry, I'm using this transfer tape that I don't really like, so it's like being annoying. And I'm just using Oracle 651. Let me try to do this straight. I'm like looking at the camera, and I'm looking because I can't like get on top of it. Yeah, that looks good. So I will say, let me talk about the glitters I used for this one. Okay, so the hole for this one is over here, so like it'll hang like this as a keychain. And then, hold on, let me move some of these things real fast. So somebody asked, so I did the glitter on the back side, and I'm doing the vinyl on the front side. It is honestly, truly and honestly, a personal preference. There's no like one way to do it. You can do the glitter on one side, and then you can put the vinyl on top of your glitter once it's smooth. You can put another way to do it, like a quick way to do it would be to mirror your vinyl, put it down, and then put the glitter on top of that, so then you would be able to see it through the other side. So here, I'll show you. Well, I'm not going to glitter this one, but I'll show you the idea. Okay, so this one, ultimately, this is permanent vinyl. So you don't really need to seal it. you could just leave it, right? Ultimately, it's permanent vinyl and it should be permanent, but I am going to seal it just in case. And just know that when you do blanks, like, you need like the tiniest little drop. Even that was kind of a lot. Like, you barely need any. And then you're just going to let it dry. So, you're going to do coats of Brite Tone. And you guys, it literally takes 2 seconds to put on a coat on these acrylic blanks. So, they're so easy to make. And I wanted to talk about the glitter I did here, which I'm super excited about. It's hard to show on this video, but I first sprinkled the chunky along the middle, and then I did the pink and the purple over it, and then I did a second coat of pink and purple, and the middle glitter is Hello Gorgeous from Glitter Heart Company, and then the pink is, I think, Cotton Candy from Glitzy Creations, and then this is just like a random Starcraft purple that I got randomly. So, but you could use any colors. Okay. So then, the other piece of my keychain that I'm going to do is a mini heart. Again, these are from Wood Elf Crafting, and then the next one I'm going to do is from them too. And I am going to remove the backing. And I'm going to put down... You guys, did I sand this? Did I sand this heart? I think I forgot to sand it. Whatever. It'll be fine, hopefully. The big heart is 3 inches. This is, I think, a 3-inch heart. And this would be like a 1.5-inch heart. So, the big keychains are 3 inches. The little ones that you can do like charms with are 1.5 inches. And then if you were going to do like a badge reel or a backpack tag even, you might get smaller ones. The badge reel, usually people do the 2-inch size, or yeah, the 2-inch size. Okay. If you were transfer tape, there it is. Anyway, so you could use the 2-inch size if you wanted to do badge reels. I think in my experience of making these blanks, sometimes I feel like 3 inches is kind of big. But not always. Like, it really depends on the actual shape. So sometimes I like 2 inches even for keychains, but it really depends on the shape. Okay, so this, I have a K that I have mirrored, so it's going to be backwards. And then Instagram. I am on Instagram. You guys should all follow me on Instagram, Alison Crafts. I've been trying to do a lot of behind the scenes stuff. I don't know if that's what you're asking. Yes, Sarah, the Wood Elf Crafting, they sell 1.5 inches up to 5 inches, which are really cool for like ornaments. You could get bigger ones, or even like door hangers or decor of any kind. It's all pretty cool. Okay, so right now I have a backwards K, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this Flippin' Awesome paint. And then Kimberly wants to know, if you're going to use a water slide, would you recommend... Okay, so honestly... Okay, what I recommend doing it on the opposite side of the glitter. You ultimately have 2 options. Okay, so first I'm going to put a little drop of this paint. And I'm just going to swipe it. Over the K. So this is on the same side. And then I'll let this dry. And then I'll probably do a couple coats of this lavender just, well, I don't know. We'll have to see what it looks like, but here I can show you kind of what I mean. So if you want to mirror your letter just like this one, I just put this Flippin' Awesome paint on it just to give it a little accent. But you could put glitter on here and get it all sealed up. And then when you remove the other side, which I'm going to do carefully. It looks like that. Okay. The font, these are both Farmhouse Lemonade. Farmhouse Lemonade, which is a paid font. I did not put the link to it, but I can. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. Okay, so that's how you add your vinyl, and then you can just do a couple coats. You can sand over the vinyl, do a couple more coats, and it's really ultimately up to you if you want to get it to a point where you can't feel it. I think that's the standard, but ultimately you don't have to. It's up to you. Okay, so then there are two more things I want to do. The first one is to put this decal on this blank. Okay, this is True Crime Junkie. So I need to layer the vinyl first. I don't need to. I want to layer the vinyl first. And for this one, I'm just gonna do the vinyl first. It has no glitter on it, and that's only just because I wanted to show you how to do the layers and then add it. You can it honestly doesn't matter. You can do the vinyl first, or you can do the glitter first. Like, there's no one way to do these things. And sometimes there is a benefit to doing the vinyl first, only in the sense that you can kind of like test out, like kind of see what it looks like with your glitters. You know what I mean? So it's really up to you. I generally like to do the glitter first and then the vinyl, just because the glitter is more messy. But for the sake of this being a tutorial night and I want to show you everything, I'm going to do the vinyl on this. So, okay. Here's a couple things. Sorry, guys, I'm like so tired. I am going to sand this. I'm going to sand this. However, something you want to think about is that usually it takes a few coats of Brite Tone to kind of fill in the scuffs so you can no longer see them. So if you are going to put vinyl on here, but not put any glitter on the other side, like you wanted to keep it clear, I would do a few coats of Brite Tone to fill in the scuffs, then put on your vinyl, and then do more coats of Brite Tone. Does that make sense? But I am going to probably, most likely, put glitter on the back of this, so it's going to be covered up anyway. Let me know if that makes sense. Let me know if you're following me. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is pick up the black True Crime with my transfer tape. Hopefully. I'm using my crappy transfer tape. Okay, I personally like to layer first. You don't have to do that. You can layer it on your blank, but I am using parchment paper to line this up because vinyl does not stick to parchment paper. And then I can get it all lined up here. And then I am just going to put this one on the blank. I have this little knife to go with it, but I'm just going to wait. Okay. And then the other thing that I like to do also is the wet method, but I'm not going to today because I can't see. Because we're here, but I have a YouTube tutorial on my channel that talks about the wet method of application that can help with bubbles, and it allows you to kind of reposition your vinyl if you need to. So that might be something you are interested in. Like if you were going to put, like, eventually on the other side of this one, I'm going to put a big sun. So I will absolutely use a wet method because I don't want any bubbles. So especially since the blanks are so small, it's nice to be able to, like, move it a little bit if you need to. So check out the wet method tutorial if you want. All you do with that is you just mix in like a spray bottle. Oh, this transfer tape is so bad. Water and like a drop of dish soap, and you would spray that on your blank first, and then you can got a little paint on that. That's fine. What was I saying? Spray it so it's wet, and then let that dry, and then you can go in with your Brite Tone. You just want to make sure it's fully dry. All right, let's do this. Hopefully get it lined up okay. Yeah, that's all right. That'll do. So this one actually would be kind of cute, just clear. So like where you see the brown, like that's just the paper backing. So I actually think clear might be cool for this one. Again, if you're making these and you're only putting vinyl and no glitter, you don't need to seal them. Permanent vinyl is permanent. But if you wanted to, I put my, put on the wrong cap to my Brite Tone. Where did my... This is what happens. This is what happens when you wake up at 4:30 with your child. It's fine to have a little purple paint, right, in your Brite Tone. So I'm just gonna stick my finger in here, get some Brite Tone on my finger, and use that. Like that's how little you need on these. Like that's how little you need. Oops. Yeah, I switched them up. But now this one has purple on it, so I'm gonna have to wash it. It's fine. Okay, so do you guys have any questions? I feel like I've been talking a whole lot without asking you if you had any questions. This one is super cute. It's from Wood Elf Crafting. Somebody said earlier that they got fuzzes and stuff. So I don't have it nearby, but what I bought was like a microwave thing, like to put on your plate. I got it at the dollar store, and I put that on top of these, and that helps really well. So you can get them at the dollar store, just like a microwave plate protector, whatever they're called, and you can keep those on here, or you can get like anything really, any sort of bin or box, like anything you can put on top of these that would help. I will say I recently bought an air purifier, and that I do recommend. It seems to be helping a ton, but they're kind of expensive. The transfer tape that I like to use is called Frisco Craft. If you go into the description of this video, you can find my Amazon page. I have it linked there, but that's my favorite one. A food net would work, totally work. Like if you got like a bin, like a clear bin would be fine. Again, I use the microwave one. You can just like, if you get these like super close together, you can just put it over all of them. But yeah. Do you guys have any other questions? So on Instagram, so I put a poll up here on YouTube, and I put a poll on my Instagram story, and a lot of people wanted acrylic blanks, but a lot of people wanted to do a glitter ombre tutorial. So tomorrow I'm going to go live on Instagram. It's going to be during the day, like at 11:30 Central Time. So you might have to work, but if you're available, I'm going to be going live to do that glitter tutorial, the ombre. And if you can't make it live, I will upload it to my Instagram, so it'll stay there so you can catch the replay. But if you are interested in spending an evening with me and a lunch break with me, I'll be happy to have you. Any other questions before we go? Next week, I wrote down a whole plan, and I think I'm going to, I'll post it here. I'll send it. If you guys are not on my email list, get on my email list. There's a link in the description. I think I'm going to send out a little upcoming schedule, and then I can get some feedback to see what you guys think about the next couple of weeks. So again, basically the same rules apply when you're doing acrylic blanks and tumblers. Like, it's pretty much the same thing, right? Brite Tone needs to dry for 4 hours. Glitter glue needs to dry for 2 hours. You can seal and smush your glitter right on your blank. I do have a couple full tutorials on my channel using blanks if you want to check them out. And I will definitely show pictures of the final keychains. Hopefully they don't take me too long to finish, but you never know. I feel like things have been kind of busy lately, but I appreciate you guys being here. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to email me or reach out to me on Instagram. I love you all so much for being here. It really is a highlight of my week. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I will see you next week, or maybe tomorrow on Instagram.